Which means it's Hitler's birthday,
What means
right?
Yes,
happy birthday to you. Jesus. Would have been 110 years young today, I believe.
Isn't this a bad day to go to school?
420.
420 is
It's
a bad
also
day to do stuff, right?
Smoke pot day.
Right.
420 day, man. So you smoke some weed. A lot of stuff about 420. Yeah, it's a big day for white supremacists and the sort. I got, later on, Steve from Bayshore is coming over the house. We're going to go down in the theater and watch some old World War II footage, followed by Downfall, the movie Downfall, about Hitler in the bunker and the last days of him, his staff, and Ava and Goldie.
That's nice. Celebrate.
Well, it's not much a celebration as a look back in history. It would be very inappropriate, Jimmy, to celebrate a man's birthday like Adolf Hitler.
Did you call Carvel and try to get a cake with 6 million candles? Creep.
No, it's a look back to put in perspective where we were and where we are.
A look back would be if you did it on April 28th. If you do it on the day that Hitler was born, you are embracing,
exactly.
You're celebrating, you're blowing out candles like Jimmy.
No, there will be no cake.
You're doing party hats with a fucking cider.
I do not get cake. I never get to cake. That's why I
a look back
of cake.
Would be if you did this any other day of the year.
Yep.
You had a plan ahead and go, ooh, his birthday's coming up. What should we do this year?
You pick a day in history that is relevant to what you're going to be watching and experiencing and thinking about and pondering, things like that. So this day was a day where it's like, okay, we need to remember history so we do not repeat history, Opie. So what I like to do... Jesus. No, that cake, Danny, will not be at my house. It's a giant... There are 3 people carrying out a giant swastika cake back in the 30s,
Why don't they
believe.
make that type of cake on those dumb cake shows?
Yeah, where do you go?
You see on the Food Network.
For that cake.
They should have... That's a cake show I would watch. Outrageous cakes, but
they just make horrible, tasteless cakes.
Yeah, horrific, tasteless
about
cakes.
Miscarriages and stuff. Just need a lot of Cherry's Jubilee on top of it.
Where are we at with our... Where are we at with our most offensive song thing? Because there's some.
Never shall we ever do it again. What?
well, can we play the ones we used to play? Where are we at with that?
9.
You don't think so? How the hell did we ever get away with that?
I don't know, and that was on regular radio.
Regular radio.
Quite amazing, to tell you the truth. Yeah, there's another birthday cake. That looks a little more modern. That one doesn't look like it was done in the 30s.
I can't see it.
It was from a few years ago. It says, Happy 116th birthday, Adolf Hitler.
116th? I thought it would only be 110.
Oh.
116th. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 120.
I hear 120 years ago today.
All right, then it's 120.
It's a big one, Ed.
Oh, how can I
It would have been
forget?
120 if he was still living.
120.
He's probably dead.
Yeah, he probably is.
You know he didn't live healthy.
No, he didn't.
Probably ate sauerkraut, didn't sleep properly.
He was a vegetarian, by the way, Adolf Hitler. A vegetarian.
Yeah.
I guess he lost his flavor for meat. We saw what his military was doing.
I guess that blows Bernie Goetz's theory out of the water that vegetarians are more docile and less violent of a person.
Either that or how big a prick would he have been if he ate burgers?
I picked the wrong day. Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, well, actually, Opie, April 28th would be a celebration, too. That's the anniversary of Hitler's marriage to Eva, 2 days before they killed themselves in the bunker.
Ah, yes.
Here's to the happy couple.
It seems to just be... April is a big Hitler month, I do believe.
Great.
And my birthday falls in there, too, in between all the shenanigans.
Your birthday's Sunday.
I'm in there.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Last night was the Reichstag building.
That's what I'm getting at.
And,
you had your 420 show yesterday.
It was amazing. Well, Steve from Bayshore was over, and if you know Steve, he's an avid collector of World War II memorabilia.
He sure is.
And he came over the house last night with some memorabilia, and he was showing me what he's got, and then I just decided, something, this is a good thing to do on the little webcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we went down to the basement and fired it up. And just started showing off, and he's telling all the stories of where these things came from, and he's been over to Germany like 5 times, so he's talked to actual people that were involved with the Nazi organization.
Look at you tiptoeing.
Well, he did. He knows a lot of history about that era, and he's got this old Nazi helmet that was buried in the ground since the 40s, obviously. And since 96, they pulled it out of the ground. It was all rusted.
He's digging up graves. That's
digging
good.
grave robbing.
He's
a little grave robbing in Germany.
That's wonderful, Steve.
But we
no more free beer for you at FH, you creep.
We hung out down there. And just kind of did a show for a little over an hour. I guess it was about an hour and 20 minutes of his show and tell of all his little doodads and items. He's got tablecloths and dish towels from the Reich buildings and just amazing stuff.
What's his coolest thing he brought over?
Well, the bayonet was pretty cool.
Wow.
It was almost a weird moment when his bayonet actually fit on my Mauser.
Oh, wonderful.
What a wonderful moment. It was almost like some kind of sick sex.
It's like a your chocolates in my peanut butter commercial.
That's what I was thinking, too. It's kind of like that. He's got an army backpack with, they put pony hair on the back of it because it's water resistant. Who knew that? And he's got that, but I think the stuff that actually came from he's got a little jar with pieces of mosaic in it that were in this giant mosaic in one of these real Nazi buildings and things like that. And just his he's got a bunch of goods and his information that he's got about his stuff and the areas that it came from. He's got autographed photos from.
You could get autographed photos from the era?
Well, he actually went, when he was in Germany, and went to a guy's house that is in a picture with Adolf Hitler.
A guy's house that is that is wanted by the authorities?
Well, who knows? I don't know. And it's an autographed picture from him, so it was, and he's in the picture shaking hands with Hitler, and that's his autographed picture.
Well, did he know him, or was it like a meet and greet?
No, he knew him. Okay. He knew him pretty well. There was just he's. And
no one has a problem.
Plenty of stuff.
No one has a problem that this guy is still alive.
What's that
he's
about? In Germany. He's living. He wasn't.
But even aren't the Germans? Even we gotta get rid of all this.
Yeah, you can't. You can't even display a swastika or anything like that. It's criminal over there to do it. But no, a lot of the German Nazis, unless you were a SS officer or in charge of one of the camps, things like that, were just soldiers. That once they were done with their duty and the Nazis surrendered and Germany surrendered, they just went home. They went home like any other soldiers do. Not all of them were war criminals. A lot of them were just soldiers,
soldiers fighting,
serving on the wrong side, apparently. But it was kind of an interesting little show and tell there last night.
Now, does Steve get the invite to come back?
Of course.
He made the cut.
Steve made the cut. Steve was actually my first guest.
Because some of these people, they're gonna come down to the basement to do the TV on the radio, whatever you're going to end up calling it.
It's live at the compound.
Live at the compound.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be invited back.
No, they won't. They won't make the cut.
You'll have to keep them. No, we're going to have you back soon. No, really.
Yeah, Danny was going to be the first guest, but we were too drunk to figure out how to work the machinery.
Oh, that's good.
What
day was that?
that was the day I dropped my BlackBerry in the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
That was Saturday night. We were going to do a little Saturday night show. See, it comes up black when you try to rebroadcast things, though, for some reason. I got to get in touch with the Mogulus people, because I am on mogulus.com/Anthony Radio. And it's MOGULUS. And it just comes up black when I try to replay it. But the live broadcasts come up fine. And if you hit the on-demand, this is for anybody that's checking
slow
it out.
down. If you hit rebroadcast, you could hear the audio, but not.
Yeah, you can hear the audio.
About?
I don't know. There's some kind of glitch that I'm having with Mogulus as far as them playing my video. So now you're hearing audio, but it's audio of pretty much a show and tell. So it's like, hey, look at this, and no one sees anything. But the on-demand button, if you hit that, and then go to, it'll say World War II long clip or something, or whatever one. You could go to that one, as Danny is demonstrating here, and it will pop up. There it is. There is me and Steve from Bayshore in front of the Reichstag building. Steve looks like he's a Russian officer.
This looks like an old school SNL vid.
Oh, it does. It feels like it, too.
Look at this.
It's live at the compound, a look back 420. And here we are, and then later on in the broadcast, of course, the goods come out, and we start describing various items that Steven has brought to the house. But we have, the radio mics are there, the headphones, the compressor, the board.
Model, like bringing his stuff in front of the camera.
Yeah,
and now blah blah is displayed.
Well, I'm waiting for Big Kev to give back my other camera, so I could do a 2-camera shoot, so I can then transfer to another camera when I'm demonstrating something else. But in the meantime, it's pretty much just this shot of us in front of that building. But I could do anything. Like I said, I put the Larry King thing behind me occasionally, sometimes just a weather map, and I'll just do phony weather.
More importantly, is that a Budweiser or a Guinness? I can't really tell.
That is a Bud Light.
It is a Bud Light.
Partaking in
I know
there.
that sound. I couldn't really see it. I know it's very obvious if it's a Bud Light or Guinness. But your big graphic that we always bitch about that the TV stations
I know.
is covering your beer.
Well, at one point last night, we were showing something off, and the graphic was covering it up, and I said, Jimmy would be mad at this. What I am going to do now is pull the graphic down, so I pulled it down so you could see everything, and then popped it back up.
You should actually get a graphic that covers like 60%.
I'm also going to do that at some point, maybe when Jimmy comes down.
It only covers the crucial parts?
Yes. Yes, the very crucial parts, the things that you want to see.
You got to get a few different sets. Someone on the line
I have plenty. I have lots of sets.
No, not just green screen sets. Like someone's suggesting you get the old Merv Griffin show set.
I could actually do that. Superimpose that.
You should get furniture like you're setting up, kind of a Jay Leno or a Tonight Show type of thing.
Pull the camera back a little and show a little more like that.
Yeah, desk and a couple couches.
I could do that.
A silly microphone on your desk.
Dude, and a Rupert Pupkin type of thing where with one cardboard cutout person.
Yes, you look good too, Jerry.
That looks good though, Ant.
Yeah.
That looks good, man.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, especially, you get someone like Steve from Bayshore, he's a very funny guy, came down there, and when it's just such a visual thing of him showing off his wares, it worked out well, and it was very off the cuff last night. We just decided,
to do it
at a moment's notice to just go down there and fire it up and do it. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's the beauty of this whole thing. No rules. You just turn on a camera and go, you know what, I'm broadcasting now.
That's it. Just having fun. People are like, you should Twitter when you're going to be on. It's like, I don't know when I'm going to be on. I just figured I'd
You just go and do it.
Throw it on. And like I said, if you want to check it out, the on-demand button at the bottom of the window is a better way to check it out than trying to listen or watch it streaming, because I'm having an issue there. I got to get in touch with the Mogulus people. But the on-demand is there. Everything I've done so far is available on demand. Some better than others.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun. And I'm drinking beer during the whole thing.
Beer.
How much on demand?
It's nothing.
Oh.
It's free. People just go on and
for now.
Free. For now.
He's giving you a taste.
Then I'll charge you for it. No, I'm just,
for now.
Down there.
Yeah, we're stupid. We give all our stuff away for free.
Yeah, that's it.
We're just dummies.
It is fun, though.
But I think in general it just helps, the brand.
Yeah, that's all. Well, it's a fun thing. It's in my stupid basement. I throw backgrounds of, like, the first background before this one, before we changed it, to have a thematic thing with the show, was something I left up, and it was just the bridge of the Enterprise. And I'm sitting on the bridge of the Enterprise doing a radio show.
Very good.
It's very silly. It's very silly indeed.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
When I do it, I want us to be in the midst of a tranny club.
That's absolutely possible. There's no scene that we cannot come up with to put behind that, and it can be moving video also.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that would be nice to have a meat spin in the background, just a giant schlong spinning around.
A place where there's no rules. Even the satellite radio's got some of those rules.
Yeah, this is just
making their way into the game.
Obviously, I wouldn't say anything on here that they could then take the clip, play it on the news out of context, and get me in trouble.
Wow.
I wouldn't do that. There's a moral issue there.
That's a matter of time.
That's only a matter of
With
time.
all the Guinness that you're drinking at the compound.
Before I slip.
That's a matter of time.
There's no dump button there or anything.
Like what? You don't think that the German building and them celebrating Hitler's birthday by showing Nazi stuff would be a pullable?
Now, Jim, if you were watching last night, you would have heard 3 times over the course of the broadcast that I said, this is not a celebration. I said that 3 times. It is not a celebration. I am using the date 4/20, which is also a date for pot smokers. It also a horrible date in history with Columbine anniversary. But it is also Adolf Hitler's birthday. And using just that date to get a little history on the era and on the German military through an expert like Steve from Bayshore, who has been to Germany 5 times and has a lot of memorabilia and looks like a Russian officer.
I'm looking at the video. He looks very confident to be.
Oh, and he's in a chair that's much too tall.
Yeah, I see that.
Like, that's one of my bar stools.
But you're supposed to be in the tall chair.
I did jack my chair up later on.
You're supposed to be in the tall chair in the power position.
I know. I had to jack my chair up later so I could get on an even keel with him. But I got to get another chair.
I think we're confusing a lot of people because we're both doing our little side projects, and they're fun.
Yeah, they're just fun.
They're fun. The radio show is still the big get, but now we're like branching out and doing like little side projects.
You know what it is? There's just so much available to do on the internet these days. So you might as well do it. Well, it's like it's out there.